Welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Planning Your Mediumship. And I had a question from someone the other day and they said, how can I plan all this in? All this sitting in the power, all these things, how can I plan it all in? You know, when you've got a busy week and you're trying to plan in to get all your development right and you want to plan in to be the best medium that you can be, and you really just want to make sure that you can plan it all in. Well, if this has been one of your problems, then I'm here to just talk about that today. If you're enjoying the video, please give it a like. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. So what it is how to plan it all in. I've got here a text from someone here, one of our members, and they asked, can you recommend a schedule for the meditation for developing mediums? Maybe an idea for a different video. There seems to be a lot to do. Sitting in the power, blending with spirit, meeting with guides, attuning with spirit. I have no idea where I can fit this all in. Welcome to my friends joining me from the US. Great to have you with me. And welcome to those that are joining me. I have no idea to fit all this into my week. I can't make sure I'm deciding myself for the right proportions so I feel the benefit from the mediumship. So really, what the idea is, you want to plan all this in, blending with spirit, meeting guides, attuning with all these things. But how do you plan it in, and what is the most important thing to do in your mediumship development? So I want to welcome you all to being me. If you're enjoying it, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It's lovely to have you with me. So the main thing about mediumship development is sitting in the power. And a lot of people say, oh, I forgot to sit in the power every day. I said, yes, you've got to sit in the power every day. So you can make yourself a schedule and say, right, what is the best time for you to sit in the power? Now, there are people with young children or busy jobs or busy schedules. What I do is I get up very, very early in the morning. Now, I don't expect everyone to get up as early as me, because I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I sit in the power for 25 minutes every day. So I walk my talk, let's put it that way. What I would suggest to you, if you have the time to sit in the power every day, this would improve your mediumship development tremendously. Plan it in your mornings. Whenever I plan something in the afternoon, it doesn't work unless I plan it in to my diary. So on these electric telephones, the one thing I do use on them is the diary. And to plan it in, I would say plan in your meditations, and I plan it in. You can see the green there. That's my planning for this week. And I would just plan in meditation, and I click on there and just plan it in, because when you plan it in, you will do it. If you don't plan it in, you won't do it. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it works with us, with our busy lives. So what I do is I plan 25 minutes sitting in the power in the morning when I get up, and I plan my meditation time for 20 minutes at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's a time I know I cannot be disturbed and I can get on with it. That's two things that I do. For you as developing mediums, the most important thing is sitting in the power. So if you can do that every day, if you can plan that in every day, and you plan it in your mornings, then you know you won't miss it. As long as you plan it in, get up, do it, get it into your morning routine, and then you've got it done. You've got the rest of the day, because you can always be distracted by children, festivities, all these things going on. It can happen. And I find that my day can change. I could have a plan in my day, but it will change due to, people wanting answers in the things, the kids coming home, needing to have answers to things as well. This is something that we got to do. So sitting in the power every day is a must if you really want to develop. The more you sit in the power, the more that you're going to be really, developing your mediumship. Now, someone's just dropped on. Hi there, it's nice to have you here. What is the difference between sitting in the power and meditating? Well, that's a good one, because the difference between sitting in the power is that sitting in the power, it's similar to a meditation, but it's an empowerment, which means using visualization, using the breath, we expand our energy out to feel and be in like the energy and the power of us. When we are moving that energy then up to connect to a higher power, then we are feeling it. And what we do is we stay with our conscious thoughts, our consciousness connected and plugged in to the power. And we keep our awareness in that power. Meditating, you can follow meditation, you can let yourself go, and you'll probably go into a nice meditative, relaxed state, and it's very passive. Sitting in the power is not passive. Sitting in the power should be like an explosion of energy. It should be like exploding, and you should be like, whoa, this is like plugging yourself into to energy. And that's the way I can explain it. Now, obviously, sitting in the power is something that needs time to perfect, because what happens is, a lot of us will do is we will fall into the pitfall of falling into meditating, and then we'll just go, we'll come out of it and say, oh, I've lost all that time, but I don't know where I was, and I say, oh, you've moved into meditation. So sitting in the power, just to answer you lightly, is that empowerment, energetic thing that we do with the energy. We push it out. I've got a couple on the channel. Try them out. There's a 5-minute one, a 10-minute one, and a 25-minute one. So if you say you haven't got enough time, try the 5-minute one, try the 10-minute one. You push it out, you feel it, and you stay in the awareness of the energy. And when you connect to the divine power, you stay in the awareness of the energy. Totally different to meditating. It's an active staying here, being aware here. And meditating is going within and letting go and going into the quietness of your soul. Okay, so that's the difference there. But yeah, plan it in. To plan it in, what I do is I use my agenda here. I've got. It's funny. I can just show you guys. It says here, I have to plan in my spiritual circles. I have to plan in everything. And so I only have the notifications on my phone to tell me when I have to meditate, when I have to do a spiritual circle, when I have to do things. I plan that in. So in the morning, I get up at 5, at 25 minutes past 5, I will be sitting in the power for 25 minutes. I plan it in and I do it. And if I was going to do my meditating, which will be in the afternoon, I plan that in for 20 minutes and then I get it done. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed my explanation, and I'm glad you're going to try it. The only way that you're going to get these things planned in is through really, really planning it and having the notifications on to do it. This was the message that I got from someone from YouTube, and they were like, how am I going to plan all this in? Blending with spirit, sitting with the guides, all this. So what I would do is say, sit in the power every day. If you're like me and you like to meditate, you could plan a meditation as well. But what I do is I would say, okay, if you're limited for time, sit in the power maybe 5 times in the week, and then sit once for the blending. And I've done a video on blending as well. So sit in the power 5 times, sit one day for the blending. So that will help you blend with spirit. Then I would say, sit with your guides maybe once a week. It's something I really like to do, and I do that once a week, and that's a good thing to plan in. So we've got the sitting in the power, blending with spirit, meeting your guides, attuning to spirit. So the attuning to spirit, you could probably you could do that maybe on another day, or just plan it at a different time. These things don't have to be long. Once you know how to attune to spirit, so which is basically raising your energy up and connecting to the spirit world, and just feeling what is that, attuning to that energy, feeling what it does to you and how it moves you. I've also done a video on attuning as well, so please look that up on the Mediumship Development playlist. And this was helpful, just what I was needing. I'm glad, because it can be a lot overwhelming. It's like, how am I going to plan all this in? I mean, I'm going to be sitting in the power doing this. So sit in the power as most as you can. If you can do it every day, and I'd say, okay, do like 25 minutes sitting in the power every day. Only on the day that you're going to be sitting for attunement, sit in the 5 minutes, sit in the power one, and then sit for the attunement. And you're going to get it done in those 25 minutes. You see what I mean? You're combining it. And then on the Sunday, you could probably do that 5 minutes sitting in the power. And then afterwards, you're meeting your guides. And maybe on the Friday, you could be sitting in the power for only 5 minutes. And then you're going to be doing the attunement to the spirit world. So is this making sense to you guys? Because really, this is the only way that you're going to get it planned in. But the most important thing is if you can't fit it all into your week and you think, I might be missing out on something in my development, sitting in the power is the main one. The rest is a bonus. That's how you got to see it. So if you're sitting with your guides once a week, it's a bonus. If you're sitting in the attunement with the spirit world, it's a bonus. If you're blending with the spirit, it's a bonus. So if you're doing any other techniques like that, it's a bonus. But just plan, like I said, if you can build it up to 25 minutes a day, sitting in the power, what we're doing, the reason we're sitting in the power is that we're trying to build up our energy so that we have a higher frequency, so that when the spirit world connects to us, they're going to connect to us and we're just going to feel like this amazing connection. And we did, yes, this is it. We've got this connection with the spirit world and we're going to understand them better because our frequency can reach the spirit world easier. That's why we do it. So if you did 25 minutes every day, you count that all up over a week, and that would work out to a lovely number. And although you put all that together, all that time you invest in raising your frequency will really help your mediumship. So use that as the main one. If you haven't got time, try my 5-minute one, 10-minute one, and then try the 25-minute one when you do have time. So as for the rest, meet your guides once a week, have a little chat with them. I've also done one on guides as well, a YouTube video. Tuning the spirit world, you could probably do once a week, and the other one you could do once a week. But see, like I said, guys, see it as a bonus. See it as a bonus. It's not a must. I think the must is really sitting in the power. When I sat in the power for my development in the beginning, I sat every day for at least a year, and every time I kept making myself sit in the power, and that is what propelled my mediumship the quickest in development. So if you can get that in, that's fine. And if you can only sit for 5 minutes, sit for 5 minutes. If you can sit for 10 minutes, sit for 10 minutes. Every minute counts. So that's all I can say for you guys. I'm glad that I could explain what the difference is between sitting in the power and meditating, but really, plan it in. This is the only thing. I switched off all the notifications on my phone. The only thing I use to keep me on track, because you know what we're like with our busy lives, is I put on in my agenda, I need to sit in the power at this time, I need to do it at this time, and it gives me the notifications on my phone. As you can see, it's time for me to do the spiritual circle, so I've got to get off and do that. And that's what I need. And I use the phone to remind me to do these things when I've got my busy lifestyle. So if that can help you guys, I'm happy it can. And until the next time, thank you very much for being here. And I look forward to catching you again in the new year. Okay.